Namaste, everybody. For those of you that are new to my channel, my name is Ellen Red. I'm a psychic medium. I'm a twin flame and ascension guide, and basically a spiritual way shower. And I'm here to talk today about sex magic and also about demonic attachment. And so this is a little bit of a very complicated subject to talk about. And so I'm going to go slow. Bear with me if I hum and haw my way through it. But it's a subject that's difficult because there's so many people in different layers of evolution. And there's so many people that have had religious traumas and all kinds of other experiences in their journeys. So I want to try to present it in a way that everybody can receive in the best way possible. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm going to speak mostly from my experience, obviously, because I've gone through Hyros Gamos and enlightenment, and I have unified my masculine and feminine energy with my twin flame counterpart, and gone through sacred ceremonials, which is one of the books I'm working on right now. And so in the process of that, of course, I learned a lot about my soul and went through a lot of soul lessons in my journey, not just in this lifetime, but in lots of other lifetimes as well. And I have conscious memory of every timeline on Earth, as well as many prior. So anyhow, this topic is about the portal that opens in your sexual connection. So when you have a sexual connection with somebody, you have a portal that opens inside of your soul. Both masculines and feminines do, and they merge that energy together when they come together, whether, whoever your sex partner is, you guys are merging that energy, you're merging spirits, and you're opening yourself to whatever their spirit is holding in them. So if you're having sex with a partner and they have demonic attachments, well, you're literally opening yourself to have demonic attachment. One person in a relationship like that is not going to be the bad one that has demonic attachment. If you're having merging souls, you're opening yourself to the same thing, and most likely those demonic entities can attach to you and begin to feed on you. And so this is very rich esoteric knowledge. It's very hard for everybody to understand how this can happen, but that's how demons attach to you, through your chakra system. And you can actually even get demonic attachment through your eye portals based on what it is that you're watching. So if you're watching porn all day long, you're opening yourself to negative entities. So I'm just presenting this information today because I'm called to, and I just want to put it out there. And I want to talk about the fact that the difference between somebody who's jumping from partner to partner to partner because they're avoiding themselves versus somebody who's actually doing the work and trying to heal themselves and all that stuff is worlds apart. And so we recommend that, and I say we because I'm talking about the Christos collective. I'm talking about the angelic realms as opposed to the human realms. So, obviously in the 3D world, everybody's running around and having sex with each other and raping and pillaging the earth and murdering people and all kinds of things. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about high level, ascension. We're talking about the higher realms, the heavenly realms. And in order for you to align yourself back to who you were before you came to earth, you have to be willing to align yourself back to who that is today, right here, right now. What does that mean for you? It means you have to take a look at how you're really living your life. And is it really, really in alignment with the higher realms? And so, unfortunately, in the 3D world, it's very easy to think that things are normal here because they're normal in the physical world, but they're very abnormal compared to where you come from in the higher dimensions. And so it's hard sometimes for those of us that are way showers to try to bring forth information like this because we have received it from light years away from here. And to try to anchor that into the world and help humanity understand why it's important is quite a mission that we're on. It's not an easy one because there's so many people at varying levels of their own soul evolution that aren't ready to receive some of this information. So anyway, as far as that goes, if you are in a dating situation and you are noticing that whoever it is that you're dating now just left another partner, and then prior to that they had 14 other ones or whatever it is, I would be very hesitant to open my own self to that person, because obviously people are creatures of habit, and they're going to follow patterns that they have, and those patterns, if they're unhealed, are going to be toxic patterns, and it's going to, their past tells you everything about who and what they are right here right now. If it's somebody that's healed and therefore a healthy match for you, then you're going to notice, one, you yourself are going to be healed before you attract. You're going to start attracting at a different energy point, so that you're attracting somebody who's more of a frequency match for you. But if you're unhealed and they're unhealed, well, yeah, you guys are matching. Now, sometimes it can be a little off balance, and somebody that's more healed than the other will attract to them, because they're trying to save this one, and this one's trying to get, you know, the light off of the other one, and that happens a lot too. But essentially, you know, if you want to try to notice somebody that you're dating and you want them to be in a healthy state, notice how easy it is for them to sit with themselves for weeks, months on end. Have they taken a lot of time on themselves? Have they invested in their spiritual journey? Are they committed to their soul? Are they aligned with doing things that are right? Do they treat other people well? There's lots of signs out there that you can look for if you're trying to identify somebody that's healthy versus somebody that's very toxic. The more toxic that they are, the more likelihood that you're going to have demonic attachments, because they kind of go hand in hand. Somebody who's been very traumatized, and this is the sad part, but kids who've been very traumatized in sexual abuse oftentimes become sexualized. That's part of the dark forces plan, is to sexualize the child and then to feed on their energy. And then it leads them into a life of a lot of trauma. And if that trauma is not healed yet, it can create a lot of problems. If you're one of those people and you're watching this video, I would strongly recommend that you come and get a session with me. I can very much help you through that quantumly. And I promise you, anybody that knows my story knows that I went through child sexual abuse. So I'm very familiar with satanic programming. I'm very familiar with what that soul is going to have to go through to heal. And I'm a quantum healer and a vibrational healer, so I can go in and heal you and assist you in your healing journey very quickly, as opposed to going and spending 10 years in therapy or 15 years in therapy and still probably not having the results that you need. But I'm just putting that out there. And then back onto the subject is that, you know, it is definitely important that if you're going into the dating scene, that you try to notice the signs of the other person and watch their patterns. Look at the history of the people that they've dated. If they're always blaming the other person for what the problems were in that relationship, that's also not a good sign. Blaming the other person and calling them a narcissist to make yourself seem like a victim is totally toxic yourself. Because people, again, generally attract because they have things that they need to learn from one another. It's a quantum attraction. It's a quantum entanglement of forms. So, you know, it's never just a one person is the guilty person. It's that you're attracting for some reason. There's some soul lesson. There's something about yourself. It's kind of like the polarity energies. You're going to attract a narcissist because you yourself are way overly nice. It's like you're passive, you're aggressive, or you're assertive and you're centered. Everything spiritual is about centeredness. It doesn't mean that anybody's a perfect angel or that they're a horrible devil. It means that we are dualistic beings, and we have to learn how to bring those dualities into the center of our own being. So you really want to look at that in somebody else, because if they're doing the blame game, then what do you think is going to happen with you later? It's always going to be your fault. That's somebody that doesn't have the courage and the strength to take accountability for how they attracted this into their lives. But again, those kind of toxic energies are a sign of demonic attachment. There's lots of signs. Maybe I'll do another video if you guys remind me to, you know, kind of work through that for you. But there's a lot of signs of demonic attachment, and being the victim is one of them. And that goes for any scenario. We saw a lot of victims come out of the woodworks in the last, you know, 4 or 5 years in all kinds of situations. And there are some real victims out there, but as we go into our evolution, as we heal and go into ascension, we in order to overcome that victim template, and that's a template, it's a mind control template actually, and there's a lot there. You guys can remind me of any other future videos that I need to do here to delve into deeper stuff for you, but anyway, that victim template, it has to be outgrown in order for the soul to go through ascension too. So anyway, back to subject, sex magic. Sex magic has a lot of power. We know that we can heal, we can really transcend, and we can even travel. We can even travel through sexuality. But we also can destroy our lives. You've seen many people get divorced and lose their homes, their jobs, their cars, their everything. They go crazy and they go kill people. And all kinds of terrible things can happen through sexual exchange or energy exchange with that person, or with any person that you're having it with. And especially if it's multiple people and you still haven't healed, or they haven't healed, and they keep jumping from person to person, and now they want to date you. I would be very careful about that, because again, you're talking about demonic attachments, and demonic attachments can be very difficult to get out. It's not just as simple as, oh, I cleared it for you, come to me and I'll do a Reiki healing on you and it's cleared. And sometimes that can happen, and yes, we can do some levels of healing, but sometimes it takes more than just a session in order to clear a demonic attachment, especially if they're deep, and especially if there's many of them. You're talking about now opening to needing exorcisms and needing to go through some serious spiritual recovery programs in order for you to retrieve your energy back from all of that. And it can be very, very gruesome, and I promise you that. I hope that a lot of people don't have to have it, but I know what it's going to take to get into your ascension path. And so the more that you can honor your own soul, love your own soul, and be cautious about who you're allowing into your world and into your inner being, that you'll understand the sacredness of it, and you won't just take it so lightly anymore. I hope that this reaches who it was meant for, and I would ask, please, if you guys are enjoying these videos, to like, comment, share, pass them around, help spread the word, help me grow this channel. I'm going to spend my year mostly on this YouTube channel and also working on books. So I would really appreciate any support I can get to grow it and to try to share out these messages. This message is for humanity. And I also just want to add on here that it was the Pleiadians, it was the angelic beings from higher realms that led me through my healing journey, and that also walked me through all of the work that I had to go through to heal my own soul from this. And I had some help in the human world as well along the way, and that's how it works. We have helpers here and we have helpers there. But the message originally came to me from the Pleiadians, and they did show me the horrible distortions in humanity, and how many souls are so sick. They have spiritual sickness from so many different forms. And one of them is the misuse of sexuality, the traumas that are happening around sexuality, the karmic cycles that are happening around sexuality, these kind of events that I'm talking about with people that are jumping from person to person and not doing the inner work and not healing, and they're avoiding themselves. It's creating karmic cycles, and even the partners that are getting with them, then they get hurt, and that creates karma. It's a terrible cycle. And so it's really important that if you guys are on the ascension journey, and I know that a lot of you are that are watching, and some of you guys probably think I'm totally Looney Tunes, that's okay. I'm going to present what I know to be true and hope that it reaches those whose ears it's meant for. And so I'm going to end it at that, and I will see you guys on the next one. Namaste.